Yo, what's up, guys? My name is Curtis Hamilton, and you are tuned in at BallerAlert.
What's going on? I am Cliff Hill. You are tuned into BallerAlert. I am here with Curtis Hamilton. How you doing, man? How you feeling today?
I'm good, bro. I'm good, man. I just did some yoga, so I'm zen. I'm ready to talk about a little something, and I'm blessed, man. I can't complain.
I love it, man. I want to first start off by saying congratulations on everything. I mean, Insecure, Surviving Compton, Kings of Napa, and now we have the Real Friends of WeHo. I mean, your career is taking off, man. We're so proud of you over here at BallerAlert.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. You know how this business is, man. Sometimes you feel like you're not doing nothing, and then everybody else looks at it a whole different way.
Man, you are
So
killing it. You are killing it. So the first thing I love to do when I interview someone is just to find out your story. You know, I feel like there's someone out there, the next actor coming up, who could probably learn from your story. Tell us a little bit how you got into acting. Did you take classes in middle school? Were you part of the drama club? How did you get into acting? And how did you get that first big break?
where do I start? But I'm an athlete, so I grew up in sports. I went to college, played college football at Western Kentucky University. Then I went to the NFL for a very half a second, like literally went in, they kicked my butt out.
I'm a football player. I'm a playmaker. That's what I think I do well, is just making plays at the right time.
So that was kind of my story, and that didn't work out. I went back to school, got my degree. I moved to LA, and I got spotted walking down the street within about 5 months of living here by a transgender woman at that. I had never met one in my life. She spotted me. She invited me to the late great Maxie Maxwell from Brownstone's house. She had a party, and it was an intentional invite because an agent was there. That particular agent ended up signing me, and he really gave me the ropes. He got me pictures taken. He got me into commercial class, and he really gave me like pivotal information I needed to kind of like how to start this career, because I didn't know nothing. So that's how I got started. So I can't really tell people what to do, but I will say I still used to go to the bookstore, Sammy French's, and I would go look up, because I didn't have a theatrical agent then, but I got my theatrical agent really on my own.
Okay. That's amazing, man. So, people go to school for acting for years, and for that to be your story, I think that's so dope. It's never too late to start. I think that's amazing. So let's talk Surviving Compton a little bit. Like, you played Dr. Dre.
You kidding me? This chick sound like Minnie Mouse.
Hey, ease up. Give her a chance.
You say you love me, and I think that is true. But every night my girlfriend tells me I should watch you. Is that okay?
Hell yeah!
He just got honored this weekend at the Grammys. Like, that's a huge role to play. What was that? What was it like auditioning for that role? How did you prepare? Did you get to talk to Dr. Dre? What was that moment like for you?
You know what's so crazy, bro? I had known Dr. Dre from Equinox.
Okay.
Thought he's probably one of the most like humble celebrities that I ever met in my life. Him, like I've met a few, like Snoop Dogg, also like just super down to earth. And he would always be like, "Yo, what up, Kurt?" From all the other side of the gym. Every time he would see me, he would always, give me a shout out. So when this opportunity came up, I didn't talk to him because I didn't even know what the story was about, because I didn't know this about his life. I just auditioned because I met Leah Daniels Butler, the casting director, on one audition. She's like, "Who are you? Where you been at?" I'm like, "I've been here. I just ain't never met you." So that was my second audition with her. She came in, so I came in, just did it. But I saw that it was like, "Oh, this is deep." I'm not really thinking of what the ramifications of getting this role may do. And then as I got closer, I'm like, "Oh, is this gonna be good? Is Dr. Dre gonna actually?" I don't know, because I'm like, I know he gonna know. I know he know me from the gym. So I was like, man, it's business. He gets it. I kept going, man. I had 6 auditions for it, auditioned 6 times, and I ended up booking the role. But I grew up on hip hop, so I kind of knew nuances, and I kind of knew the culture. And I've always been a fan of like Dr. Dre, like Bone Thugs and Harmony growing up, Tupac. Like those are the people that I was really like rocking to when I was coming up. So I really just kind of dived into that world of what I thought, and I did a lot of research because there wasn't a lot of footage of him. So,
Right.
I will say Michelet was in on the audition, so she helped me be like, "Yo." She told me, because I saw her probably go 3 of the callbacks. She was like, "Keep doing what you're doing, because I see Dr. Dre within you." She was like, "You got the mannerisms down." I was like,
I was
"Okay."
saying that's probably the toughest part is learning his mannerisms.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, man. It's confidence, but I will say, but like before this point, 2016, whenever I auditioned for that, I've been in school. You know, I really train, man. I'm an athlete, so I really take training seriously. So if you're an actor, like I didn't skip steps. I didn't come out here and get right into, you know, auditioning for TV stuff. You know, I did 3.5 years of school before I started like auditioning that way.
Okay, that's awesome. That's also. Are you born and raised, and born in Cali? Like, where were you born and raised?
Oh, well, look, it's so funny because I said it's the East when I met her on Insecure. I don't want to jump because I know you want to talk about that, but East when I first met, I went on set basically talking like I'm from, you know, from Inglewood, or just from Cali in general. I was, you know, I was in the you know, I was, you know, right around here, you know, right here. I grew up right here in Inglewood, you know, and I was just talking to her. She's like, "Oh, I'm from Inglewood." I said, "Yeah, like, where you from?" Like, you know, I was hitting them R's hard. I was like, "Yeah," you know, and she was like, "Oh shit," you know. But my family live out there, so I was like, let me just go in there with that because my cousin lives out there because I'm always over there where I used to be. So I told her I was from there, but I'm actually from Kentucky. I was born in Italy. Most of my life's been in Kentucky, like when I was as an adolescent. But I would come to Cali since I was like 6, probably once a year. So, you know, I felt like I was a Cali kid and I already knew Cali before I moved here. But man, I'm from Kentucky, man. Let me stop out here lying. But I had Easter. I had her believing me for a quick second. She's like, "Oh shit, I grew up around Inglewood too." She's there now. We just laugh at it. So,
but listen, I enjoyed you guys, you know, reaction with each other on the show for Real Friends of WeHo. I thought that was super dope. But everybody's like, "There's Issa's on the show. Issa's on the show." So how did you guys meet? How did you guys connect? So you guys have a really good relationship now.
Bro, she's one of the most. I could talk about her all day, but she's just one of the most humble, realist, just like people that you could probably meet in this business. She's honest, she's loving, you know, she roots for Black. She really does, man. And obviously she's a mogul in her own right. But I went on set and I was just, you know, I was nervous as hell, but I was me. And she gravitated towards that, and we cultivated a relationship from that. And that kind of went from us working together to outside of that. And I can't add, you would have to ask her, but she rocks with me. She said it on the show, and I love her to death. You know, there's a very genuine friendship there. But we met on set. We met, you know, through her show. And, you know, she picked me. She saw my audition and everything, but that's how we started our friendship. So
You gotta let these niggas know. You can't let motherfuckers talk crazy at you. You wanna run up in there? We can set this shit off.
Nah, I ain't even trying to be on all that.
You sure? Because we can run them in different kind of fade, my nigga.
Awesome.
I love the girl, man.
Awesome
She's so real.
friends like that. I love that. Now let's talk Real Friends of WeHo. I just want to say, first of all, you know, thank you for bringing your story to our living rooms. You know, I watched the first 2 episodes with my mom, by the way, which was crazy to watch that with her. I thought that would be a show that I would watch with my friends, but started watching it with my mom. She cried the first 2 episodes. You know, for me, I'm a Black gay male. You know, I came out when I was 15. So just to be able to watch that with my mom and let her see like what it was kind of like from someone else's view, she only know my viewpoint. So hear your story was super duper amazing. I have one of my best friends is 30. You know, he just came out on his birthday in December. So I think sometimes people think you come out when you're young or early 20s, or some people know they wait. What made you decide that this was the moment for you to, you know, come out to your parents and to the world?
I actually came out to my brother and sister first. I couldn't go to my parents before them, and even though they were saying you need to tell them first, and I just couldn't.
I have a hard time being like, I'm a gay man.
You're not the only Black man who has family, who believes in God. We've all gone through that.
I don't have the gay son, I have the son.
Exactly as you are, I love you.
Hopefully this experience is gonna help me take a big step forward to not being so harsh on myself.
First out, man, shout out to you and your mama. Man, I know it's probably a big moment for you. I don't know your story, but I know how Black households can be. But
yes,
yeah, man, you know, because I'm still going through the whole family dynamic right now, and it's a struggle. You know, so for the show for me is very real. I'll just start there. But I just felt like, man, I'm at a place in my career, man. I want to be an advocate. I want to be a voice. I want to be somebody that, you know, people look at and they want to come to, and they find some just, I don't know, just motivation or some encouragement there that you can still be whoever you are, and that doesn't define it. Whether you're an actor, an athlete, or whatever you are, man, because you know how it is. We don't talk about things. We hide things. we suppress things.
Absolutely.
It's just something that we do culturally, like, not just now, but way back then. It's like we just don't talk about things. And I just want to kind of to break that because it's not healthy, and it's not healthy to bottle things up, to have to live your life in that way. And we know many actors that are doing that right now, many people that are doing that around, and that's cool, whatever works for you. But I just know for me, I needed to mature, not even on the professional side, but on the personal side. And I feel like this is going to allow me to open up, to be more confident, to be more honest, to live more of my truth.
Yes.
And understand it don't change who I am. I'm still Curtis. I'm still the same guy. I can do whatever I was doing before. Hopefully that doesn't change the minds of people, but I can't control that. But this was done for me.
Yep.
And I do want to help young Black queer kids navigate, health, and whatever they do. It's not just acting, but their life. Maybe they can find some confidence or some motivation through me. And that's why I did it, man, to be honest with you.
Absolutely. I think no matter what race you are, where you are on the spectrum, somebody can relate to your story in some type of way, because coming out just wasn't easy for anybody. You know what I mean? I know for you, your biggest thing was, your family and your family dynamic. Since the show has came out, it's been a little while now. What has your family dynamic been like since everything is out?
Bro, to be honest with you, Keytron, it's still a struggle.
Yeah.
None of them really agree with it. Everybody's at a different level of agreements when it comes to it. Some are more expressively telling why they don't agree with it. Some just kind of like, I'm just gonna support you, but I don't agree with it. Some are just like, it's just like my religious beliefs, that's not what I believe. So that's just what I'm battling. But I have to just understand that it took me 30 something years to come out to them, to tell them what was going on with me. I can't expect anything to change that quick. I got to give them grace, and I got to give them patience, and and just understanding that it may not ever come, but it may come at some point when I'm not expecting it. And I just got to continue to do what I'm doing and continue to be a good person, to be God-fearing person, individual, and lead my life in that way, and understand that it's hard for them to understand because they don't know what I feel. They don't have those feelings. So, and when you're religious, that's a whole nother dynamic that you're battling with. And they all still in the South. My sister's in Texas, my brother's in Kentucky, my mom and dad are in Kentucky. Some of the most, conservative places in all the land. So
absolutely
understanding, man. It's just, as an adult, you gotta let people be who they're gonna be. And that's all I'm asking for them, is just to continue to love me, be there for me, and let's continue to learn from one another.
Absolutely, man. And I love your outtake on that. I love what you're saying. I feel like so many people need to see and need to hear this, man, for sure. For sure. Now, how has life been for you after the show? Now, we got 3 episodes out. How has your life changed since the premiere, since everything has come out?
Man, man, I'm the type of dude, if I saw you, I'd be like, what up, Keytron? You would have to act different for me to see some difference, because I try to keep it as real and as humble as I can always can, because we all people. So I want to answer this to say, like, I really don't feel any change. Okay. There's people that watch me, people ask me, I answer questions, I talk to them about it. Like, as long as they're not acting different, I'm not acting different. And
well, do you feel like a sense of relief? I know for me, when I finally got it all out, it was like
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, yes, I will say that show was therapy for me. So I've had a few people say, man, it feels like there was a weight lifted off you. Like, people that know me, they're like, I can see a difference within you, that the way you're carrying yourself, that there is that you feel a little different. There's a glow about you. There's an energy about you that feels like that this actually helped you in a way that is opening yourself up to be more comfortable. And I would have to agree with that. Once you do that, you let the world into your personal business like that. It's like, okay, now. So it is what it is, but there's still fear for sure.
On one of the episodes, I think, for me, I think this is important to talk about because we experienced it so much, just dating another gay male you date. Then there's some else who are just happy to be out and about, and there are some who no holding hands at restaurants, etc. So you got to decide like what can you deal with when you're dating. So I know in one episode you said you had a whole roommate and he never knew because you kind of dated privately. Whoever you brought over, they had no idea. So since now, what is, and you could not answer this question if you don't want to kind of get in your business. What is dating like for you? Has it changed? Are you more open to going out to restaurants, PDA maybe? What is that like for you now?
I don't mind answering it. How would I say this? I mean, I got a date coming up, but
Okay.
it's gonna be public. I'm gonna go to a restaurant. I'm gonna live my life. But it's just the details of like what I want to actually give to the public that I want to hold that to be safe because it's sacred to me. I think that it's not fair to the other individual to have people in our business, and even if they want it, like I just don't think it's fair to our relationship. But I'm gonna be Curtis, man. I'm gonna live my life. I'm a lover. I'm a very romantic type of individual. So I want to do romantic things, whether it's publicly and I go out, like I'm gonna do me,
Right.
But again, like I want to be smart about what I do give,
Right.
But
Absolutely.
other than that, yeah.
I love that.
I'm telling people now, and I will say that I am actually the roommate that I had, and he didn't know. It was crazy because I was actually dating somebody. The longest relationship I ever been in was like 2.5 years, and I used to always be away. Like I would always go over, his place, or he would always come to mine, or like. But it was like, we'd just be chilling, like we're just friends. Like it wasn't. Like,
Why do I ever think that is more than what it is?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, but maybe I will say I thought he was a little aloof. I was like, come on, man. Like, we come from like my brother been like Negro. Nigga, what's
y'all spend way too much time together.
Like, come on, man. Like, what's really happening? But I also dated a girl when I first moved to LA.
Okay.
That he was around with that he did know about. So I could get why he was probably like, maybe that's just your friend. Because, I got to a point where I was just like, stop talking about stuff. It wasn't really, I was like, I'm focused on my career.
Masculine personality. So I think sometimes people just shut that idea out, which we're going to talk about that as well. The masculine person. I have to talk about the whole wig party. But before we do that, speaking of the gang, right? Speaking of the gang, all the guys on Real Friends, we all think sometimes take advantage of our kindred family, our friends, and how important they are to us. They're kind of going through some of our same experiences that we're going through. How has the guys on the show kind of helped you through this moment? I know a little bit of it on the show, but I know it's probably much more going on behind the scenes.
Absolutely, man. Actually, the guys have been fantastic, to be honest with you. Very supportive. They were supportive during filming. They've been supportive outside of it. So again, like I said, it was like therapy for me to do this show, and the guys played a big part into that because they allowed me to tell my story the way that I would like, and I allowed them to do like you said. They'd be like, "Girl," like all the time. Like it doesn't bother me, but I'm like, I allow them to do that. So I think we allowed each other to be as most comfortable as most authentic to ourselves that we could be. Okay. And so I appreciate that. So they have lended their ears and their thoughts and their support to me. So I have nothing but great things to say about each guy on the show. And obviously, I've been on Dorian for like 10 years, and he's giving me amazing advice, behind the scenes. I know he had crazy on the show, but Dorian is a great friend of mine.
Love that, man. Love that. I was going to ask you, I was trying to figure out how to put this question to make it make sense the most. The wig party, for example, like, do you find it hard to get more masculine? And I know sometimes, I have like my more feminine friends, I have my more masculine friends. Do you find it hard to kind of balance, like maybe you don't want to wear wigs, and maybe you want to go to a beach and wear a Speedo? Do you find it hard to kind of balance keeping your masculinity, staying true to yourself, but kind of still partaking in the kiki with your friends?
Not the kiki. You know what, man? To be honest with that, so this is the thing about this show, is that again, I just told my parents when we started filming, it probably been about 6 months. You have to understand. I told them at Christmas.
Okay.
And I'm about to do this show. We're presenting so much of like the culture, queer culture that my parents don't know nothing about. They don't live out here. My family doesn't know nothing about. So I'm like, this is a lot. They didn't even know I was filming the show. So I'm like doing this show without them even knowing. my brother and my sister did, but they were on the show, so they were actually living in real time with me as well. So I say that to say is that so much of the pride, the wigs, that's throwing a lot on the family to be like, okay, who is my son? Like he out here
Never
doing
seen this before. Yeah, they never seen this.
Yeah, this is a lot.
Before. Yeah.
Like, what's going on, man? But for me personally, I have no problem. I love to have fun. Like, I don't mind like going to a wig party and as long as I know, but I know this is public, this is on national TV, and I didn't know what I was gonna be walking into. And is that my normal thing to do? No. But I also have to be very fair and I have to be cognizant of what I present initially to people who don't know me. Right. And that's not really my vibe, but can I have fun with it? Yeah, man, I'm a goofy dude. I like to have fun, but that's just not my vibe. And I feel like and I want to show different parts of queer people. Like, not everybody wants to throw on a wig. Not everybody.
I love how you brought the fro wig. I was like, he made it himself. That was so.
Yeah, I had to pimp him out, baby.
Yeah, I would have never even thought to do that. I was like, that was a great idea. Love that. Love that. Yeah, I think I was talking about what was most important to you was your family, but correct me if I'm wrong. I think watching the show, hearing your family's perspective, your sister's perspective, it feels like they care more that like you worked so hard to get where you are in your career, and they didn't want no one to look at you from nothing else other than the hard work that you put in to get where you are as an actor, no matter your sexuality. So I think making sure that you kept your integrity of being a professional actor was kind of important to them. I think from what I got from the show.
I know that you have to seek your truth and you are where you are in this moment, but I don't want all these things to completely take away from all the work that you've been doing, what you're currently doing. And that does worry me. It hasn't been even a year yet, and I feel like we're sharing something that's very personal and dear to our hearts, and we're still processing and going through, how to navigate the situation. And now we have to share that with everyone.
What do you see next, in your career as far as acting? What do you want? What's coming up down the pipeline?
I wanna do everything, man. I don't want any limitations of what I can do. It's great if it doesn't, awards is that's just that's vanity. Like, who doesn't want to win an award? So I don't even want to go there, but it's just being respected. Mm-hmm. And that's for me, man, it carries more than anything. If somebody respects you in your craft and what you do, how you go about it, and being a joy to work with, being somebody who's talented and also can it's going to be an asset. Like, and that's just all that really matters to me. I don't want sexuality or anything that's going on in my personal life, whatever that may be, to kind of deter from that and to kind of distract from what I'm going to do when I get on set, whenever you hire me for whatever it is. Like, so that's like you said, and I appreciate you saying that. That is on my mind. It's like, I take my craft seriously. I've been studying the craft and been respecting it for a decade now. You know what I'm saying? So, reality TV, what people think of it and all of that stuff is great. Like, I came on this platform to use it for a specific reason. I was very intentional with that. And I want to carry that on into my, to be part of my legacy, and not just the acting part, but like my philanthropy, my, getting into the queer community and whatever, and giving back, lending and telling my story, or starting nonprofits that are, assisting people that are like have, that have had my similar, I guess, journey so far.
Absolutely.
Like, as they don't, and the messages that I've gotten from this show, bro, it's touched my heart so amazingly to hear these stories that open up to me.
I'm sure.
I can't even. It was enough for that for me to do the show, because that is the reason why I did it. And now I gotta make sure that I carry this initiative out and continue to do what my goal was from doing the show.
Absolutely, man. Listen, it was great to talk to you today. I have so much respect for you. We absolutely love you over here. We're following your career. My mom is going to scream when I send her this interview, by the way. I didn't even tell her I'm doing it yet, so she's going to go crazy. But just good luck with everything you have coming up, man. Thanks for taking the time out to talk to us today.
Man, I appreciate it. You almost gave me a tear, bro, because, it means a lot, man. Because, you just never know how people's going to, like, take this. And, so to hear you say that, man, it means a lot, to be honest with you. And I'm not even just, it's meant a lot.